So Remy Ma was on Drink Champs. When they gonna bring us on?
I don't know.
I need
Send us
Nori
a
to
bottle
come,
or something.
Yeah, something, man. Come through and do something. But somehow the Doja Cat came up. You know, Remy being a female MC and woman MC. Oh, thank you.
FemC. They
FemC. Is that? Please correct me because I don't know.
MC, but hey,
Look, they've been conditioned.
Here you go.
I've heard conditioning.
All right,
I've heard people.
All right, Umar.
Yeah, don't
Dr.
yeah.
Umar.
I've heard people speak against FemC. I've heard just call us MCs like everybody else. We're not FemCs. I've heard female MCs. So I don't know what I'm supposed to say here, but
Let's just say Remy Ma.
Yeah, just say Remy Ma because Remy can rap. All right, but as it relates to Doja Cat, Remy said, "I don't think she's a rapper." And this is during her Drink Champs interview. She said, "Let's be clear with that. They put her in the rapper category. I don't think she's a rapper, but she makes dope records, and I think she's dope." Right. So, Lone, I'm coming to you first. Let me ask you this: is this a elder hating on evolution here, or is that what we're doing, or is it just her opinion that she just comes from a different era, right, so she might see it a little bit different? Because I've heard her rap, but if you ask me at face value, I'd say she's a pop star.
Right.
What do you think?
I think multiple things can be true at the same time.
That's fair.
So I feel like, all right, this goes back to the whole argument, what is hip hop, right?
Right.
So if hip hop is an embodiment of rapping and breakdancing and DJing and beat making and knowledge of self and graffiti and all that stuff, right? Compacted,
Yeah.
It's adapted and involved a little bit. But I would say that Doja Cat absolutely raps sometimes. And when she raps, she's a rapper because that's what she's doing. I think she can make pop music and still be a rapper. It just means it is not hip hop. But at the same time, I feel like Remy was probably speaking from the angle of, I don't think it was hate because I don't think it was hate at all because she kind of broke it down.
She pulled back to make sure that people knew that she wasn't.
She did, and which I think was dope. But I don't think Doja Cat's the same type of rapper as Remy or as, let's say, an Eve or Rhapsody or anything like that.
Nah, too different. Completely different.
Just in the same way that I don't think Drake is the same type of rapper as a Black Thought. Or
absolutely not.
You know what I mean? Like there's different types of ways to utilize rap. I just had this conversation with one of my students recently, about rapping and where is it rooted from, and like just because you're rapping doesn't mean that it's hip hop music. You know what I mean? Like rapping is just a thing you do. So I don't know. I don't think the argument really matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that she's a rapper when she raps.
I think it has to do with evolution. Like you brought up Drake.
Yep.
Doja Cat, for the most part, like her more popular songs, she is not rapping on them. Even the songs that she's featured on the Best Friend song, I think she actually does rap on that one. But for the most part, her tracks are melodies, and
right.
she uses a different octave in order to not necessarily rap the song, but sing the song.
Like sing rap, but it's more singing than rappy.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
It's like it's not as it's a little more out there than like say like a Ja Rule was doing back in the day. Or
good call.
Who else does the same thing?
I mean
there's a lot of people nowadays that kind of have that melody type rap, hybrid rap, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean you mentioned Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak,
right?
Like me personally, I don't consider Anderson .Paak a rapper.
I think
he's a musician. He's an artist. He does a lot more, and this is not to take away from anybody that's a rapper.
Right.
To box him in as a rapper, and the reason why I say that is because he plays the drums, he writes music, he sings music. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot more than just rap. I
actually thought it was stupid for him to be on the 𝗏𝗏 cover.
Yeah,
I didn't think he should have been on there.
That's an interesting thing, though. Do you think that what is the line, though? Like, do you think once you're rapping and you start to become a little bit melodic, is that where the line is? Like singing and rapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been playing with that line for the last 10 years or so,
right?
What is the significant difference do you think that most people would have as far as like being a rapper versus whatever this alternative thing is?
I think a lot of people don't want to be boxed in. Like, you remember how it was a point in time where everybody would just always say, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. No, you are absolutely a rapper.
Right,
like a lot of those people were rappers.
Right.
But yeah, people like, I mean, we've talked about, what's my guy's name? White Iverson. Post Malone.
Post Malone.
We've talked about him many a times as him not being a rapper, and it's more so me not wanting to include him as a rapper because he's ignorant as far as what a rapper really is, because he's made statements that rappers don't show emotion and you don't really feel pain or anything, and you absolutely should not be in this genre if that's how you feel, and you feel like that you're bringing that to it because you haven't listened to enough rap to have any say so on
and
that.
he drops a country album. Go figure.
Come on. I mean, he was a folk artist before he started rapping. It's kind of like people use rap as the easy in into the music game when they can't make it in the lane that they want to be in.
But do you think that's just because rap music in general is popular culture right now?
Because it's the most popular, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like if rap music wasn't the most popular culture, you might see country or rap artists appropriating country music or something, or whatever. Who knows?
Hip hop is also, it's the most popular, and it's the criteria now is nowhere near what it was. It's the easiest to get into. You can start rapping and be lit on YouTube very fast. To me,
well,
now I don't know.
I think the easiest right now probably to get into would be R&B because it's wide open.
Well, I didn't think about it like that. I'm just saying, I know that we've seen many instances where a rapper will post a song, get 1.5, 2 million of views, and the next thing you know, 2 years later, or a year later, we hear him complain about a 360 deal. Right. And it was all based off that one record.
Right.
That's what I'm saying as it relates to hip hop. To your point, I understand what you're saying about R&B because it's wide open.
Wide open.
I don't know when the last time you seen an R&B group? 30 years?
I mean, I followed. There's actually one, Wanye from Boys and Men. His sons are some dope singers. They real
they
young.
Can sing. And I ain't gonna disrespect 𝐷26 because they was cold too.
But that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. But they was cold.
No, R&B is wide open. Yeah. Like that's why people like Masego and Lucky Day.
Love Lucky Day.
A lot of people are getting a lot of what's her name? He was on a lot of our highest.
𝗀𝐿
𝗀𝐿.
She's dope.
That's why a lot of them are getting a lot of recognition right now. Jasmine Sullivan.
Yep.
Right.
Because there's not enough R&B. It's all saturated with one form of music that people are saying isn't rap, but it really is. And then the people that aren't necessarily rap get offended when you tell them it's not rap.
Yeah.
But it's not to be offensive telling you that your music sounds more pop or popular.
Right.
Lone, there is a fine line with the melodic stuff. We've, like you said, we've talked about it, but I don't know, man. It's become such a big part of hip hop now, where it's almost fused into it, where it's just second nature to hear it now. I'm not surprised when I hear it on, like we were talking about the Mace disc, right? He did that for a reason.
Yeah, it was not the right reasons. And he should have.
Somebody should talk to Mace about the record. I ain't talking about the bars. I'm talking about the recording, because that recording wasn't it.
No, it was not it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's. This is just not an argument that I have anymore. It's just like whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like you can kind of pick and choose what you like at this point, and the genres ebb and flow. And we had that conversation, I don't know, 2-3 years ago when we talked about do genres matter, and stuff like that. Like, I still kind of feel the same. Like, I don't really feel like they matter. It's just a way for categorizing stuff. And
there was one point where I thought it should be split up and divided, but now in hindsight, it's just
it'll be too complicated.
Yeah, it's too
like
it's
we
too
had
much.
that conversation about like people we consider underground or backpack rappers, saying that there should be a category for that.
Right.
But the category would literally never end.
Yeah.
Because I mean, somebody's gonna be butthurt regardless.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't care how you slice it. Somebody's gonna be mad as soon as you start dividing it. Somebody's gonna be left out, and somebody's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
So you can't get past that.
Mm-mm.
I'm with you on that. Well, I mean, Remy's cold. I respect
No, I mean
her opinion.
Her opinion's valid. All that good stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I done heard.
I would say that my personal take is just
I mean,
Doja rap sometimes. So
essentially, you have to kind of separate the hip hop from just the rap.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because
that's a whole nother conversation.
I mean, Fred Flintstone rapped on a.
That's what I mean.
On a Fruity Pebbles commercial, but he's not a rap.
He's not a rap star.
Right. So I guess that's where I was being super nuanced with it, right? Because I feel like if you say that she's a rapper or not, well, she is a rapper when she raps.
Yeah.
But you can say she's not really a hip hop artist. And I think that makes more sense.
Not for real. And I think that's where she was coming from, where she was talking about.
I think that's probably what she
digs
meant.
Ninth Wonder so much, and talking about Doja Cat,
little brother
too, and spouting out all the different hip hop acts that she likes and would like to work with, so she could possibly get that under her belt if that's really where her heart is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I had to. The older you get, the more you shed your purest skin, and you shed your.
Not necessarily.
I can say, I'm trying to.
Come on,
I'm trying to.
You know how the old heads was against Griselda.
Yeah,
when
man.
They first came out.
It's music is a form of expression, and you can't save hip hop. You can't save the world. So I just learned to focus on what I like, man, and what I don't like is cool. Y'all do that, but I don't know, man. It's so subjective. The conversation can go on forever. That's the way I see it.